Hey y'all, this is Cholera with Rise, and we're bringing you set 3 of SKT1 versus Samson Khan. This is Stork versus Bisu. That's right, for those of you who aren't tired of watching Stork, the Dino Toss, facing Bisu, the Pretty Toss, or the Pretty Boy Toss, this is your match. This is, obviously, I won't spoil what happened in the IEF, which was played in China, but they did play a best of 3 there, and they got to the third game, as you can probably tell on the Biotech account. I won't tell you who won that, but certainly, of course, both of these players have had a storied rivalry with one another. I'm going to hand it off to Rise, and you can tell me how you feel about them.
Oh, I love these guys. Two of my favorite players since I started watching Pro League, for sure. Bisu was actually when I really started getting back into watching the Pro League scene. Bisu was dominant. He was the king at the time, and Stork was always number two. He could never beat Bisu for whatever reason, especially in the individual matches. Bisu would just always come out on top. So, like you
Yeah.
said, they definitely have a bit of a rivalry going, and for sure, it's worth watching to see what happens as they continue on, because they're still two of the best Protoss players out there. Stork, the
Definitely.
red Protoss in the 6 o'clock position, by the way, and Bisu, the, I believe, orange Protoss in the 3 o'clock position, and this is Neo Requiem. Now, there's some interesting points about this map. You want to go into them for me?
Sure. Your main spawn points start off on the low ground. There's a ramp leading to a central ground that's unbuildable, and you have at your natural expansion another expansion behind it, which you can get through by either tricking a probe through minerals or mining through your natural expansion.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because this map in particular relies heavily on control of the middle area because you're in a sunken position on your in your main base. So obviously, whoever has the high ground has just the better uh, strategic positioning, especially with the 30% miss rate. So I mean, if you can have the control of the middle area and keep your opponent in their base, you're effectively going to starve them out of minerals at the very least. Not to mention, you could really go into an attack very quickly and come out on
Right.
top with no problem if you stay the high ground. So certainly something both players are going to be looking towards. And Bisu starting off scouting in the wrong direction, although I don't think it's going to
Oh.
make too much of a difference right now. But we will have to see what Stork goes. Right now, both players seem to be going standard openings, a
Yeah.
gateway into a simulator to Cybernetics Core, I'm sure. So we're not going to see any two-gate rushes going on.
Yeah, we have seen a number of two gates in Protoss versus Protoss here. Both players are going to be scouting last, so basically no advantage for either player, but certainly delayed scouting basically because both are going the wrong directions. Um, what's going to go happen is I think Dragoon range is very important on this map. I remember we did a cast just a few days ago of Stats versus Young, where I believe the player's Stats didn't get his Dragoon range. He faked it, and then it turned out faking himself because he totally got his,
Yeah.
just got totally reamed when he got contained and then broken into by the opponent Young, who did get range for his Dragoons like you're supposed to on this map. But probably won't see those rather amateurish mistakes from these two players. They have played each other many, many times. They are both very aggressive, and they definitely won't be making, they won't try anything too creative, I think. Of course, one thing Stork does all the time now is go for very fast Reavers, and goes for Reaver speed, and tries to chop a Reaver right into his opponent's base. But I don't think that actually happened in this game because he really needs him to defend his main also. It's not like a ramp map where you have the ramp going the other way where you can hold off, afford to lose a Reaver. Anyway, looks like Bisu putting up a second gate. Stork still has not revealed what he's going to go for next.
Well, he is revealing that he's got range spinning up on his Cybernetics core, so I think
True.
Bisu did spot that. So that is going to, imply that he's not going to go for uh, some sort of speed Reaver rush or anything like that. He just won't be able to support it. And that probe actually attacking that.
Oh,
Ooh,
gets
and
in.
Stork actually managing to trick the zealot of Bisu and getting into the base and getting a scout. Seeing the fact that there are two gates up there, he should be able to get a spot on the Cybernetics core and see that it also is spinning. And Stork already in Bisu's base, and Stork going on the offensive real early. But Bisu with more units and a Dragoon popping out just in time is going to force Stork back into his, back towards his base at the very very least. And Bisu is going to live to get out of his base, which is very important again on this map.
Yeah, and Stork looks like he's been scouted again. Bisu has somehow gotten another probe in, so not a problem for him. He's going to see what's going on. Stork getting a slightly later second gate. I think he'll be in fine position to deal with the 2 gate of Bisu's. Basically, both players are just going to build up a lot of units here. It looks like they're just going to stay at tier 2 and then probably attack, or try to set up a contain very soon because, like you said, this map is that is an absolutely critical factor to this map. Actually, looks like Stork's actually going to put down his robotics facility. I think he's going to be a little bit earlier on that than Bisu, but Bisu now on the attack at Stork's base.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what Bisu needs to do, though. Someone's got to keep the pressure on, and I think the more aggressive player is actually going to be the player that comes out on top, because if you keep your opponents stuck in their base, you're going to do a pretty good job of controlling the map, as we were talking about. Was so important here, and right now, Bisu is doing that, although not too well at this point, considering he backed all the way back to his base. It should be noted that Bisu is also getting his robotics facility at this point, so we may see some sort of, I would imagine, Reaver tech coming out, albeit slow Reaver tech, but he is going to go, I'm sure, some sort of Reavers in response to the robotics facility of Stork. Although I don't think he actually saw the robotics facility with his probe. I think his probe was killed before that. But either way, both players are going to keep going further into the tech tree now that they are kind of feeling each other out on who's, I guess, ahead of who at this point. And right now, again, Bisu has control. He is outside of Stork's base, and Stork is going to have a tough time getting outside of his base. And, oh, Stork going to get a probe scout back into Bisu's, but I think Bisu's actually going to be able to stop it. Yes, he does. He's got range on that goon, so just barely stopping that scout from getting in to see that robotics facility and potentially a robotic support bay.
Yeah, we're seeing an early robotic support right here from Stork. He's skipping observers, taking a little bit of a gamble there, but I think he has enough game sense to know that Bisu wouldn't be going for DTs, even though he is Bisu and loves DTs. But the timing wouldn't have been right for DTs, not BCs. Did I say BCs? Yeah, battle cruisers from Bisu. That'd be scary.
He does that from
but
time
yeah,
to time.
anyways. Stork is going to get a Reaver inside of the shuttle. Maybe he's going to go and drop it inside of Bisu's base. In fact, if he knows that Bisu has all of its units on his ramp, then he could go and do that and totally get away with it. There wouldn't be any Dragoons inside of Bisu's base, but I don't know if he knows that right now. Bisu's base is completely vulnerable to a Reaver drop. And Stork has a really nice position there, using the wall actually to help him a little bit. I think that helps his angles there. Meanwhile, it looks like he's put up a pylon on the left side. And there's the first Reaver, so we'll see what he does with it. And we'll also see whether he gets speed for his shuttles. He's been doing that recently, like I said. What he does is sometimes he kamikazes a shuttle and a Reaver right into the opponent's mineral lines and then takes out a bunch of probes. Looks like Bisu is ready, though. Bisu's got 4 Dragoons in his mineral lines. That could be bad for Stork.
Yeah, Bisu definitely looks prepared. He's certainly seen Stork play in the past, so he knows what to expect in Stork.
Oh,
no.
Oh,
man, that shuttle's going to go down.
Oh, no,
that shuttle goes down.
Wow.
The Reaver goes in, but the Reaver gets a shot
oh,
off. Oh, my God, he takes out a ton of probes.
Oh, my God, that's a lot of probes. That was worth it.
Holy crap. Wow.
Kamikaze.
That was totally worth a shuttle plus Reaver, by far. And Bisu unsuccessful with a return counterattack over there. His shuttle going to be forced back before he can drop anything. So Stork definitely taking an advantage. Although Bisu does still have him locked in his base, so that is a plus for Bisu at the very least.
And I think Bisu is going to counter. He knows he needs to do some damage to Stork's army or his economy, or maybe finish the game off, because he does have a Reaver advantage right now. And he needs to go and push into Stork's base. I think he will do it because he's lost, I would guess, 10 probes at least. To that beautiful Reaver harass, maybe a dozen. But yeah, it looks like he's actually not deciding to do that. He's floating around. Oh, Stork spots it with his probe and pylon there. Nice, static scouting there, I guess. Passive scouting, but it's fine. It looks like Bisu's going to drop there and also pick off an observer. Nice work there, but they're going to pick off that pylon also. And, definitely an interesting game. Bisu a little bit behind at this point in terms of economics. Stork doing all right. And, the longer this game goes, the more Stork is going to have an advantage. He's going to eventually be able to break out. Although Bisu looks like Bisu's going to make it very hard for him to do that easily, though, because he's got so many Dragoons up there. So, it could turn out to Bisu's favor if Bisu dares to get an expansion down.
Yeah, but you know what the thing is about PvP is the tide of the game can switch so easily from one player to the other. Like you just saw with the amount of probes that got shot down with one Reaver that wasn't
Right.
even able to get many shots off because it was taken down instantaneously, but it still got so
And here's
many.
the elevator.
Bisu could easily do the same in the past. I'm sorry, in the future.
And here's the in the future. Yeah, here's the elevator from Stork. In fact, I think he's gonna. Oh, but Bisu scouts. I think one dragoon. He might scout both dragoons, and then no. There is a bit of an elevator going on here. It's actually at the expansion that is, like I said, behind of Stork's base. Is that actually? No, no. That's actually a. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, that is what it is. Sorry, that is an expansion behind of Stork's natural expansion, like I was telling you about. Oh,
Ooh.
Stork might lose that shuttle. Looks like he's gonna get 4 hits on it. Not gonna lose it.
Wow. Yeah, actually, Bisu being pretty clever there, noticing the fact that there was some elevator action going on. He's going to stop it from going on anymore. And at this point, it's got to. Oh, he's got to watch his shuttle because the shuttle does not have that miss rate percentage that the units on the cliff will. So he's got to be very careful with that. And there is the speed upgrade. Oh, but Stork dropping it right in the middle, and those Reavers are going to go down to a couple of Dragoons.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, man. That was a big loss for Stork. Wow, so Stork actually, I don't know how ahead he is anymore, and look at the look on his face.
No, he's not.
He is in trouble at this point. Bisu has evened it up.
Yeah, Stork is definitely a bit of a mouth breather during games, but that is all right. He is, you know, just he needs to breathe hard. Reptiles need to breathe hard because they lack the red blood cell. They lack the warm red blood cells. But anyway, that's totally besides the point. Stork is going to have a disadvantage in forces. Yeah. He's going to have a disadvantage in forces here behind, you know, and this is the problem because Stork, all right, he does have a shuttle now, never mind. Stork needs to hold this new expansion he's put up behind his main base, and it's going to be a battle of basically who can transport more forces through. Stork is just still has fewer forces, wow, and Bisu now setting up a hidden expansion at the 12. So this is looking really, really bad for Stork. Stork is going to get pinned in there. He's desperately trying to ferry more in, but Bisu consistently has more forces, so he's able to just do more damage every time more come in, and Bisu is getting very serious here about just ferrying everything over there. This is the problem with Stork being, you know, being contained. Oh wow! And Stork finally takes down the shuttle, but at the cost of so many dragoons. I don't know if he can. And yeah, has enough to hold this off.
You got to notice the fact that Bisu was out ferrying him, and he had slow shuttle speed that entire time. I don't even know how that was happening. And Stork's shuttle has like 1 hit left on it, so a good Dragoon placement by Bisu will take out another potential shuttle full of some sort of units. I don't know what yet. And wow, there's Bisu's Reavers just hanging out on the ramp, ready to do. Ooh, shuttle goes down. And nice Scarabs though from Stork, but that Reaver goes down. So now Bisu is definitely in control of this ramp. He's going to have a tough time forcing his way out. He's doing a great block with those Dragoons and more to reinforce, a lot more to reinforce. So Stork going to have a lot of trouble breaking his way out, although he is making it. And Bisu is going to lose his Reaver. Oh man, so Stork breaking out, but Bisu with a lot of reinforcements. He is intent on getting that, holding control of that area, but all of his other forces are stuck behind minerals, and he can't use them to help this fight. Wow, so that's not. Oh, but he's still totally outnumbered Stork's forces. Wow.
Oh, that's terrible for Stork. I think that's the losing blow there from Stork. He needed to break out and do some damage to Bisu. Now Bisu has the second base up, and I think that's going to be it for Stork. Stork, the Dino Protoss, slayed again by the pretty boy Protoss, Bisu, who's just looking unstoppable nowadays. I would say he's the best StarCraft player in the world right now. You know, he's certainly proven himself time and again. Stork's been a little bit quiet since winning his OSL title, but Bisu is just so strong in Pro League and in the individual leagues. And
blame it on the champagne in the eyes.
Yeah, I blame it on Frozian, pretty much. Stork had to have some eye surgery to remove the champagne from his eyes. Oh, Stork dropping another Reaver.
Good Reaver.
Oh, gets a lot of probes.
Good number of probes.
Only four total. It looked like more. The count was
And
very
Stork
low.
trying to
Stork,
expand now.
yeah,
Oh,
not gonna work.
that's going to be tough. That is going to be tough. I mean, Bisu is ahead with that expansion fully up and running. Stork, I mean, you gotta keep in mind, Stork lost an expansion, which is a huge economic hit, not just from the mining standpoint, but the investment to make that expansion in the first place. So all of that
Opportunity
lost
cost.
minerals. Oh yeah, exactly, exactly. I mean, you never fail to get a economic, biology, and history lesson from Cholera, all within the same cast.
Yeah, I think Stork invested in a big Ponzi scheme there. That base on the 9 o'clock was a big Ponzi scheme. You know, he must have listened to
And
too
now he's
much.
been pantsed.
Yeah, basically, I think that guy Madoff sold him the Brooklyn Bridge there when he was trying to expand there, and now his economy is in tatters. Bisu once again just showing his dominance of Protoss versus Protoss. What can I say? I mean, there's nothing much to say. He beat Jangbi. And so far, the only Protoss who's ever slain him since, I think, was Taza, of all people.
Taza.
And Taza hasn't done that great since then, I think.
That was a fluke.
Yeah,
I don't think Taza has it
just
in him to do it again.
no.
Taz is not ready to become a household name. And Stork, oh, there is an observer there. Bisu is
He's gonna
totally
do it
spotting
again.
this. He's totally going to intercept. Oh, man, he intercepts the shuttle again, and Stork forced to retreat. And really, that's going to be it. I mean, the fact that he can't even get out of his base with a shuttle. Look at that. Look at that surround that Bisu has on him. He's got his entire base surrounded. That shuttle, oh, actually, that shuttle just eking through the littlest gap in Bisu's defense. So Stork doing a great job of finding that. Although, I wonder what that shuttle has in it. I'm wondering if there's probes in it. Oh, no, no, no. He's heading over to Bisu's expansion. But Bisu has the cannon going down. And, oh, more goons ready to intercept. And that shuttle is going to
Yeah.
be completely fended off. And once again, Stork cannot do anything with those Reavers. Man, this is a tough game for him. He's not catching a break here. And oh no, Bisu does scout the top left expansion of Stork, and he's not even going to drop whatever's in the shuttle. He's just going to send some goons over to take care of it. Horrible.
Yeah. Oh man, Stork, yeah, pretty much out of this game. Although Stork was very clever at putting it all the way in the corner. He can't even notice that Bisu actually can't even walk the Dragoons there directly. It actually is the back expansion of the top top base. So
Good point.
it is hard to access by ground, but it doesn't matter. Stork's going to lose that. It is only a mineral actually. It's a mineral only. So Stork at this point can pretty much GG. Here he goes for the last push. I don't think it's going to work. I think it's a little just way too late. And oh, so many Reaver shots coming down the ramp there for Stork. Stork loses his Reaver. Bisu just an overwhelming force. GG coming from Dino Taz. Bisu,
Wow.
pretty boy, picks up this set.
Bisu, man, he is on fire. Holy crap, he's ripping it up big time. And certainly the player that he just beat, Stork, I mean, that's huge. Look, you can see the intensity in his high fives. I mean, he is definitely happy continuing this rivalry. We're seeing the stars from Bisu coming.
Oh!
It looks like he only...
Oh!
No more, not again. That is... there's no way Stork's ever going to beat him, man. I think he's in his head.
Yeah, I don't know. Kim Tae-yong taking over once again. GG.